I'm someone who's like when I see Cool Whip or on my thing, immediately scoop it off.
Nah, okay.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
ma'am. Waitress, please take this back. I ordered a pie, not Cool Whip on pie.
Yeah, like this is like I will put this to the side. If anybody else likes just eating Cool Whip, you can have whatever whipped cream Cool Whip is on my plate. Cause then I ain't eating this. But somebody now let me go to the mayo section. Anybody that can eat just straight mayo
Mm-mm.
or what's the substitute for mayo?
Miracle Whip?
Is it Miracle Whip? I think they need to go to jail.
You really don't like me because I've done both. I've just
Oh
had
my god.
I just had a straight spoon of Miracle Whip and a straight spoon of mayo plenty of times.
Orik, what are you
Serious?
doing?
So yeah, I was thinking about it last week. With the whole switch to virtual and digital world and taking the paper out of everything, I was trying to think of some products I used to use that I just don't see around or use anymore. You know, ones that have taken a permanent hit that no one even thinks about. And for me, what came to mind was whiteout. You know, the stuff you have with the wheel, you pull it over the paper, it covers the words or any mistakes you make, or even the little brush one with the ink that you pull out of the bottle.
hmm
Yeah, that I was thinking
I
about it
think.
last week.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to bring it to the group. Did you guys think? Have you guys thought of anything like that recently? I know I posed it to the group a while ago, but I didn't hear any responses.
I'll
I could tell. Go
go
ahead. Go
ahead.
ahead, Pablo.
All right, I'll start. So I was thinking checks kind of took a hit. Like people talk about getting a check, but I'm not really. I think writing out checks is way less common than it used to be in like the early 2000s, I would say.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely took a hit with the whole switch to digital. Miles, anything?
Yeah. Honestly, the only thing that I think would that probably took a hit would be like I know I know for so COVID knocked out the. Do you think they still sell like the tents? Like like
Tents
personal
like
tents? Like just
camp
regular camping tents. Like I'm
camping
pretty sure
tents?
that company, yeah, like camping tents.
Oh, it's still big. It's still huge. A lot of people started going outdoor more once the during the pandemic and when they have time to be at home all the time, they leave early for weekends, they work remotely. Camping is picked up
I would
because of the
think camping.
pandemic.
I think they'd get destroyed like crazy. But and not like whiteout. Whiteout still that's still yeah.
It's got a long road to recovery, just like us. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the another episode of the Unfiltered Pineapple Podcast. I'm your host, Orik, with my friends Miles and Platypus here. Say hi, guys.
What's up,
Oh my
yo?
god, that was legendary. Oh heck.
Yeah, you like that segue? We got a long road to recovery. Gotta
Jeez.
hike that trail to our next destination. We'll make our way to a good spot eventually. But uh did want to bring it up that we are planning to play another game of word association today. Another random word generator. So I'll quickly, for those of you that may have missed the first couple episodes, I'll recap the rules. What happens is I generate a list of 10 words, and then I'll ask one of our co hosts to pick a number 1 through 10. And whatever the word is, I'll say it. And immediately, the three of us will explain the first thing that comes to mind, whether it's a word, thought, whatever it is. And then we have to justify or explain why that was our initial reaction. It's just a little fun improv game. A little nice warm up activity, keep people active, keep the conversation spontaneous.
Like the
So,
word sugar honey iced tea.
Yeah,
Just
we'll
like
start
that.
with the word sugar, and then we'll go to hunt. Yeah, it's all planned. It's all scripted. Well, I'll go ahead and reset the word list. And Miles, I see your name first. Go ahead and pick the first one number.
6.
Table.
Body. No, I'm just. I
I
already
was,
need the instructions again. The second I heard it, it went out the window.
yeah, so what happens is I'm going to have a list of 10 words. You're going to pick a number 1 through 10. I'm going to say what that word is that corresponds with that number. And then we're all going to give our initial reactions to whatever that word is. So I said table, you said body. Why is body the
Mhm.
first thing you think about when I say the word table?
You said table. I heard able. I don't know why, but table and body. Because tables belongs on beside bodies because that's how everything
Wrestlers.
really started.
Yeah, the
Wrestlers.
wrestlers.
Oh
They
no, I
slam
wasn't
people
even
down on
thinking
them.
about that. I was thinking about Jesus' Last Supper, but wrestlers work too.
Damn.
Yeah, that's how the game works. We all just quickly say what our first reaction is, and then we explain it.
I gotcha. I'm tracking. All right, let me pick another number, please.
All right, let me reset the list.
Appreciate
All right,
you.
go ahead.
I'm gonna go for 4.
Mask. How timely.
Ooh. Okay, masks.
My first reaction is I think of the plague mask from like the one with the sharp bird's pointed nose.
Okay, yeah. From see, I remember that from what's it called? Assassin's Creed. I think Brotherhood, but I
Yep.
could be wrong.
The multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah, I
start
remember
stabbing
from.
people in the eye with a syringe. Good
Yep.
times.
Yep. Hmm.
What's your first reaction to the word mask?
It
I
was
was gonna
off.
say. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, for me, it was off. Like mask off. It's a future
The
song.
phrase. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the phrase mask off. Platypus. Yeah, what's yours? I know I
Opera.
picked it up.
Opera.
Oh.
I see where you're going with that, but yeah, that was definitely not even in the first 10 thoughts I had.
Yeah, for some reason, just immediately thought Phantom of the Opera.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
that's where you're going. I thought,
Phantom of
okay.
the Opera. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. When you said opera, my first thought was the people that sit in the audience with the little stick with
With the
holding up their
stick and
mask and
mask,
cue.
I was thinking that.
Oh yeah.
I thought that's where you were going. Phantom of the Opera. Yeah, I saw that in Broadway once a few years ago. It was good. I liked it a lot. I think they discontinued it.
Dang. Why?
I think they replaced it with something else in the last year or two. I forget when. I'd have to look that one up. Um,
Oh.
but no, that was a great Broadway musical. Have you seen it before? Is that why you thought about it?
No, which is even weirder. That's what I thought about.
Hmm.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, mask off. I know that's a phrase. I didn't think about it either.
That
Uh,
was the first one.
yeah,
It's just
just looked it up. Phantom of the Opera stopped playing as of April of 2023
okay.
Interesting.
after a 35-year run. Nice.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. Just like this show, 35 years, 33, 34 more years from now, we'll still be going. All right. Platypus. Pick a number 1 through 10.
9.
Mass. Mass. Mass.
Mass Effect.
I literally just thought of a really obese person.
Hey, dang it. Oh my gosh.
We can have the
Orik,
same thought. Is that what you thought?
I was 100% in there. I was in there like, yeah, that's a big person.
He's got a lot of mass, a lot of girth.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's like, damn, that's a big person.
It reminds me of that Family Guy joke where Peter, you're so large, you have your own gravitational pull, and he starts throwing things at him, and it starts orbiting around him. I mean,
That
that's
is
how mass works. A heavy mass creates a stronger gravitational pull with planets in the solar system. So Gotta love a smart joke.
Mm-hmm. Mass.
Mass Effect. Why'd you say Mass Effect? I think I missed that reasoning.
Um, just because it's awesome. It's a sci-fi RPG for anyone who's not familiar with it. But fun fact, I think they're supposed to be making like a continuation of the first trilogy. So like not the Andromeda one that didn't do so well, but they're supposedly continuing things with Commander Shepard and the crew. So that's kind of exciting, but probably won't happen for a little while. Like it probably won't actually drop for another year or two at the earliest, but still, Mass Effect, yeah.
See, I know the game exists. I've never played it. So it didn't come to mind. Even when you start explaining, it's like, I still haven't played it. I've just seen the occasional joke or image from it. That's it.
It's kind of old at this point. It's not quite as popular as some other RPGs, I guess.
What are some others that are similar that I may have played?
Well, it's a BioWare game, so if you've played like Knights of the Old Republic or like Dragon Age, it'd be like kind of similar. Trying to think of other games they made. They have a lot of good games actually, but I was the most into Mass Effect. I guess it's sort of similar to like Kingdom Hearts, maybe. Like the Kingdom Hearts doesn't really have like deep RPG mechanics, but you do lead like two other people with you and travel to different worlds and do stuff there. So kind of similar, I guess.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's been on my list. I've just never entertained myself and actually bought the game and played it. Because there's always something new or something different and shiny that gets my attention instead for the time being. Like
Understandable.
I just restarted on the Nintendo Switch. They give you a demo of Pokemon Mystery Dungeons, a game I used to play on the Game Boy Advance. Like, oh, let me pull up the demo and relive a few memories. Oh, I'm going
Nice.
out and rescuing Pokemon. Yay, dude. But that was just the like shiny distraction for an hour that I had sometime the other week. No, earlier this weekend. Anyways, all right, cool. Uh,
Okay.
if we were to vote, I would say that my answer was my favorite.
Fair enough.
I respect that, Orik.
Uh, all right, so I'll go ahead and generate the word and pick one from the list.
Okay, okay.
I'm gonna pick number 7, and that is private, like the military. You know, private in the military.
It was Ryan for me off rip.
Private Ryan, Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
already know. Just Saving Private Ryan. That's the go to. Like, I don't. Or what else could be? I'll wait till y'all finish. I was just like, that was the first thing came to my mind.
Platypus.
No, I was also thinking of like the military rank right away. Not
Okay.
specifically Private Ryan, but
Yeah, we don't care about that Ryan anymore. He had his chance. Yeah,
Oh,
talking about saving. What was that movie again? That was
Saving Private
in that
Ryan.
late 90s or something.
yeah. Because I know I've seen it. I just haven't seen it in a long time. I liked it. There's a reason it's acclaimed and very popular.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that first scene hit different.
What Saving Private Ryan? That's not the one where he blew up. That's leather jacket or full metal jacket.
Full Metal Jacket. Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
what.
I'm thinking of the right movie, right? The one with Tom Hanks in it.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Wait, am I wrong? It wasn't he in Forrest Gump?
Yeah,
And
he
no, he
is
no, he
Forrest
definitely
Gump.
was in Saving Private Ryan. He was the. It's been a while since I've seen Saving Private Ryan. But
Okay.
it had what is it? Tom Hanks that got that square head.
I guess.
When Yeah, I think it was Tom Hanks when he finally found Private Ryan. I'm pretty sure it's all good. We ain't got. If we wrong, we're wrong. If we right, we're right.
Yeah, I just looked it up. Tom Hanks was in Saving Private Ryan.
Yep.
Cool.
He was Captain John Miller.
Tom Hanks. I
There
don't
we
know
go.
why that man always has
Square
a
head.
square head. He looks like a Lego.
I'm not gonna lie. Back in 2020, when Tom Hanks gave the news that, oh yeah, me and my wife have COVID, this is serious, and it made the news. I kid you not. One of my first thoughts was the profile that he was the angle he was holding the camera. I was like, wow, he's got a real rectangular head. He's just like shining a light on his corners.
It's a little boxy.
It is. It's not bad. I mean, he makes it work.
Distinguished.
All right. We all thought the same thing. That's great. So I'm going to say again that I won that round.
Right on.
Miles, your turn. Pick a number 1 through 10.
2.
Extraterrestrial.
Extraterrestrial aliens. Like that's just,
Ooh.
yeah, extraterrestrial aliens.
Go ahead, Platypus.
I would say Invincible.
Okay.
Oh, the comic strip cartoon anime thing now.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
like
Yeah.
that.
Go ahead.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
Or
I was actually, I kid you not, I was literally thinking about if you took the Earth and then you just like put a platform next to it, it's just extra terra land to walk on, extraterrestrial. Like, like a mushroom. You just put a mushroom on it and you can walk on the mushroom. Extraterrestrial.
I don't know why I really thought you were gonna say ET. I thought somebody was gonna say ET.
Me too.
No, that didn't come to mind actually until you said something. Like I get that's the movie name. That just actually didn't come to mind.
That's wild. Okay.
Like
Mm-mm-mm.
word wise, yes, extraterrestrial alien, but visually, when I said the word extraterrestrial out loud, I kid you not, I pictured the Earth with a giant mushroom growing out of it, connecting like a land bridge between the Earth and the Moon.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, no, extraterrestrial, even though there's so much news in the world with them talking about, oh yeah, well we have evidence and proof that there's extraterrestrial. I'm just like, there's aliens of obviously we have UFOs and all that type of stuff. Okay.
Are you talking about the U.S. Report in the
US
military
report.
reports?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was cool.
That
I
can't
like I
when that
like how
can't
it's at the forefront of the public attention again. What'd you say,
yeah, I
Miles?
think that's no, I just think that that is gonna be I'd say the next 10 years is gonna be just because I think the United States thought that so many people were like, oh my God, this is everyone. I think COVID also affected how we care about a whole lot of stuff, and extraterrestrial stuff wasn't like huge news. It was just like, oh, they talked about sightings. All right, cool. Yeah, like most of society, it probably was in the news for about 2 days. Then it just was like no one gave a damn.
No, I thought it was in the news for a while. People were really
They were
excited, especially when what was it? Not whistleblower. Were they whistleblowers? The
yeah.
military people saying
Well,
these report. Yeah, that was in the news for a few weeks, at least in the U.S.
when I was watching, I just saw it for 2 days, and that was it. Everyone, it looked like everybody just was like, okay, yeah, we all suspected it. That and most of the time, it's like that crazy guy Earl that's been on the corner has always said that there was aliens, and we ain't believe him. Now the government's saying it, and it was like, well, whatever.
Just just like the movies. It's the crazy lunatic with the sign. They're here. They're watching us.
Yeah.
Except this time he's a veteran. That's a dark joke for many reasons.
Mhm.
We don't take care of them here in America. Anyways, Platypus, what was your answer again for extraterrestrial?
Invincible.
Yeah.
Well, season 2, first of all, they did us dirty because they started coming out with season 2 in, like, fall of last year. I wanna say it stopped around November, like, abruptly, and then they didn't start releasing the rest of season 2 till, like, last week on a weekly basis, and apparently one of the showrunners, like, more or less confirmed it wasn't even, like, a hiatus to, like, work on the show. I think at least this YouTuber I follow was saying, dude was just like, "Our watchers are gonna need time to, like, comprehend what just happened."
It's a
And
process.
yeah, it's like, if that's true, what the fuck? I mean, it's really good. That is a great show, but still, come on. But nonetheless, it's about aliens and stuff. It's if I really dumb it down, it takes, like, the whole "what if Superman was evil" type of thing
Mm-hmm.
and plays it out, I guess, but there's, like, a lot more to it than just that as well. So, I would recommend it if you can watch it, but yeah, that's why I picked
That
Invincible.
the delays you're talking about actually reminds me back in, I'm just gonna pick a year, 2016, when Gravity Falls, the Disney cartoon with the two twins in the town of Oregon, and the books and the Bill Cipher with the big eye and just a bunch of Illuminati secret stuff. Um, they would take sometimes 4 weeks, 5 weeks, even up to 2 months between episodes for their final last 10 episodes because they were working on it behind the scenes. But Disney, they got relegated from Disney to Disney XD, and they had made it clear to Disney, the creator of the show, that he was just going to finish the show the way he wants to. They give him the episode count, and he's going to make sure that each episode is the way he wants it, no matter how long it takes. And the fan base was crazy with that. Not in a bad way. They were, oh, it's 3 weeks away. We can't wait. It's not, oh my God, I have to wait 3 weeks. So
Yeah.
as long as the fan base enjoys it, that's good. Because I remember patiently like, yeah, I'll wait. Each episode rocks. I don't care how long it takes.
Yeah. Yeah. Shoot.
All right. Flatty
Okay.
Daddy's response was my favorite.
Woo!
I'm gonna have to step my game up. All right. All right.
What do you mean step your game up? I've been
Oh, I
voting
gotta
for
step my
myself
game up.
mostly.
Step my game up. There's no way you can beat me every single time.
I
Only one way to
okay.
find out.
Yeah. Well, who do you vote? That was just my vote. Who do you vote for, Miles?
Sadly, you, but still, I gotta vote. Step my game up.
Oh, I see what you meant. I thought you were saying that my vote was making you have to step. It's your vote that's making you step the game up. Okay.
Absolutely.
If you want a battle of creativity, I'll take you on head first every round. It's okay though. Platypus still won in my heart this time.
Okay.
Platypus, who'd you vote for this round?
I'll vote for myself this time.
All right, Platty Daddy takes the lead. Plaid the middle.
Hey.
Speaking of which, your turn to pick. I think it's your turn to pick, Platypus. I'm gonna create a
Yes.
new list. Go ahead.
10
Slippery.
slippers.
Slippery slippers? Slippery slippers? What? I was not ready.
Well, go
I
ahead,
was,
Miles. What's yours?
I was gonna say like a slippery nipple, but yes.
I literally just thought of a guy slipping out a banana peel, cartoon style. Slippery nips or slip nips or whatever it is.
Yeah, slippery nipples. I don't know if that's a drink or not, but I'm pretty sure slippery nipple is a drink.
Yeah, and there's also, like, a buttery nipple, I think.
Yeah, buttery nipple, but I think slippery nipple is like the non-alcoholic version or something like that, or non-dairy version. So I'm pretty sure slippery nipples. I'm not 100% sure. I just know it's related to some type of drink or someone that just oiled up the nipples.
I don't think I've heard of that as a drink.
Have you heard
There's
of
some
buttery
weird
nipple?
drink names.
No, I don't think I've ever heard a drink referred to as a nipple before.
Oh,
Is
well,
it?
we
Are you
have
using British idioms now? Is that what's going on? Are
no.
you
This is
actually going? Are you going to
No,
those bars that like, hey, we got nipples behind the counter. You want one?
like a nipple dealer.
I would decline.
We got some with rings. We got some with bumps. Which one you want here?
We got it all.
If you pay the $5 Patreon, you get more offers.
Nice.
All right, so slippery nipple and then slippers. Why'd you say slippers?
Just because slippery is very close to slippers, and I
Just the
don't
word.
have any more slippers, but I kind of want some, even
You
though it's
want
about to be hot. So maybe I'll wait on that. But
I've never heard a man say I want slippers. That was the first. That was the
you've
very
never
first.
owned a pair of slippers before?
I've definitely owned a pair of slippers. Don't get me wrong. I've never heard someone say, "I want some new slippers." That's just the first. It's usually you just like you have your old pair and they just never go bad. I never heard someone say listen, my slippers they went out, they expired.
He's never
Time
heard
for
a
me to get
man say, "I want
oh,
some new slippers." That's what
yeah,
he. That's
that
quote what
was,
he said.
that was my first time ever hearing that.
Interesting.
Man got a
You've never seen slippers get like nasty and ratty and
Do you wash your slippers?
yeah, bro. Do you wash your slippers?
well, so the last ones I got, I was gifted like UGG slippers, and those don't really go in the wash. Something happened to them.
So
I
your
mean,
did your slippers get eaten by a dog or a cat?
no, I'm trying to remember why, but I had to throw them out. But I mean, I wouldn't have done that unless they like couldn't be salvaged or something. But either way, I want to replace them and just I've never felt like actually going out and buying slippers. But yeah,
Yeah, man, I respect it. I respect it. That was I do need me a new robe, and I might as well get matching slippers to go with it.
that's what I'm
Ah,
talking
and
about.
and then you
Yeah,
just need a
you-
dad bod to complete the whole look.
I see. Now I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that yet. I ain't even 30 yet. I gotta hold off on that. First
Speaking
of
of
all, I need
that,
a kid. Like let's wait till the kid.
speaking of that, real quick, you say I'm not even 30 yet. I was at a work function not too long ago, and one of my cohorts, yeah, I'm gonna use that old timer word. One of my
That's the whole time
cohorts was well, there's a reason for it, but he was joking. He's like, "Yeah, I turned 30 in 3 months. I am so old. I've already got 2 kids. I've, he's going through like the list of things. He's like, I had my midlife crisis last year. And by the way, so he's about a year or two older than me, and he was just having a blast. The two of us were having a blast making all these jokes about how old we are in a room full of people that are a year away from retirement. And they're just every
That
response
happened
like,
to
"You're so
me.
young, you're so young." Like, no, we're not. I'm gonna die by 50 at the rate I'm going.
That happened to me to where I was like, man, I'm getting old, and I'm 20. I'm 27, and I'm working with guys in their 50s. I have one of the oldest guys. He is 68. And he's just like, well, you don't know nothing about being old. And then one of the young kids that we just hired, he was like, yeah, I feel old too. I was like, how old are you? He was like 21. I was like, if you don't get your year 2000 board head at, I was so bad. It was so bad. But then I was like, okay, Mister, I now understand your pain. All right, now I get it. I get 100% understand. Me and him got a 6 year difference. Me and you got a 40 year plus difference. There's a different. We ain't on the same bracket. I understand. That was.
I
I
make a
understand.
lot of "I'm old" jokes at work to a bunch of old people on a daily basis.
Mhm.
It's great. All right, so I'm not gonna lie. As much as the idea of a nip slip, slippery nipple thing, whatever you said, Miles, was great. Unfortunately, I honestly think Platypus's slippers one was random enough to just really make me enjoy it. So he's got my vote this time.
I respect it.
Yes.
I respect it. Mm-mm-mm.
Any disagreements? No. Cool. Moving on. All right. What?
No, I just said next.
Executive decision. Next. All right, so I think it's my turn. So let's reset, and then 4 secretion. Great. I'm not. My first thought was a Venus flytrap. Go on. Who's next?
Nipples. I don't know why it's in my head now.
Platypus.
Sex.
Okay. So I'll start. And I'm probably wrong with this one. Venus flytraps have to attract flies somehow, so they secrete an odor, and then they also have that sticky secretion inside of their, I'm gonna call them gums inside the plant, so that when the fly actually touches it, it's stuck. So I said secretion. I just thought about that whole process of secreting the aroma to attract the bug, the different secretion to catch the bug, and then also I saw some sort of article recently about how if you touch the inside of a Venus flytrap, you can actually damage it, kill it per se, because if it starts using its fluid to digest what's in there, there's nothing in there, it'll start digesting its own skin and get damaged. I don't know if it's true, but that was just what I read.
I used to have Venus flytraps in my old apartment.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were my favorite plants to have because it was just like I'd get those. It's like mealworms, and you can put the mealworms in there and simulate it, and they can still get the nutrition from it.
Yeah.
But those things, yeah, those things. The second part about it is like even though they like eat a fly, sometimes they open up and they don't eat it all the way, and then like you're just like you gotta manually take the flies out of them, or they'll like get infected or like start to die off. That like crap part of their thing will just like turn
It wilts
icky.
and browns.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So
I hate to
yeah,
say this word, but that's
but,
cool.
but
That's cool to know.
you can get Venus flytraps at Lowe's. They got plenty of them.
Oh,
And
nice.
Does Home
Lowe's,
Depot have a competitor brand?
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be. It could be the same plant, but
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't know you had Venus flytraps. I've always wanted some. I just know I'm not one to take care of plants. Not that I don't like them. I get distracted, get busy way too long. Just don't have the time for it. Really, to give them the attention they need.
it became my pet. And I was like a plant that eats animals. We can be friends.
Where'd the cat go?
Right, I wish they were like. I don't, and this is a sidebar, super sidebar. It was just like imagine if there was like a world where insects were the size of dogs,
There
and
wouldn't be as many insects, though. I'll leave it at that.
we would make them extinct so fast.
Or would it be the other way around?
I'm not gonna front. A colony of ants the size of dogs, it's over for us.
Oh, it's over for anything.
Especially if they're like pit bull sized or something.
Yeah, it's over. It's over.
You get caught in those mandibles, you're dead. So, Miles, you thought about nipples again. Anything different, or are you still thinking about the drinks?
No, this was definitely different. I'm just like secretion, nipples. Apparently, nipples secrete milk when pregnant. I don't know how. I don't really know the science, but it apparently happens. So that's what I thought.
Mammary magic or
Yeah,
something.
some type of like hidden hidden something from like a species before us. I don't know how it works, but yeah, that's the secretion
All
that
right,
I
well,
thought.
platypus, you're thinking about sex again.
Yep. I don't know.
Wedding.
I think that's pretty self-explanatory.
All right.
Yeah.
Sweaty sex.
So we know who in the group has their mind in the gutter the most often. So if we do a superlatives episode. All right.
Please don't give me another nipple. Please, don't. I'm not ready.
It's okay. I vote for you this time, Miles. Your nipple story was the best answer.
I appreciate it.
Any
Agreed.
disagreements?
Yeah.
What?
All right.
Oh, I thought you said yeah.
Yeah, he disagreed, but he won't
No.
say why.
All because of it's still nipples.
All
And
right.
the nipples for the win.
Well, listen, everyone got them.
And the animals too. The mammals. All right. So, Miles, next word.
Next word. Number. What's the highest number I can call?
1 through 10.
9.
Coat.
Say
COAT.
that.
Coat.
Mmm. Coat. Winter.
Trench. Trench coat. Platypus.
Cat.
Did you just say
What?
cat?
Yeah.
Like CAT?
Yeah.
All right, you're first.
Yeah. Please elaborate here.
Well, because I have two cats. One of them has short fur, and one of them is
Oh, a
fluffy.
coat of fur. Duh.
And it's like, I swear when it starts to get colder, the fluffy one's coat gets even fluffier and like
It
shiny and
knows.
luxurious and shit. It's kind of cool.
That sounds so much better than
All
my
right.
brain put together. I was about to say Peter's about to come to your house.
I'm not making coats out of
Peter,
cats.
Peter like he was
If
like, you know
anything,
what?
I
I
would.
didn't even think your mind was going there, Miles. I thought when you said winter coat and he said coat of fur, like, oh, that's the same thing. The cat's wearing a winter coat. I didn't think you were thinking, oh, he's making coats out of cat fur.
Anything that make him into like a hat is that like it just makes a little more sense and like do the thing with the tail. I mean, not actually, but if I was gonna be demented, there's like enough real estate for a hat. They're not even one yet, so a coat is a little unlikely. Fun fact.
Oh, true. Somebody might pay extra money because it's only a year.
True. Damn. No, I would never. But yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Like coat and cat.
People,
Yeah.
I imagine it's a product out there. I haven't looked into it, but it just came to mind. Do people take their pet fur and then mold it into an actual product that they sell to people? You know, maybe slippers or a hat or a scarf. They just take the extra fur, they sweep up, and or when they groom their pet, they just take that ball of fur and slowly build something with it.
I don't know.
But byproduct products, the waste product becoming a product.
I'm
Like
gonna be
fake
honest with you.
eyelashes or something.
Yeah, yeah, like SpongeBob, a sweater of eyelashes. Or would my sweater of tears be better? I haven't thought about that reference in a long time.
I haven't seen that one in a very long time.
Miles, you know what I'm talking about with that SpongeBob episode?
That's when Sandy went hibernation. Yeah, I remember. They ripped the dog's hair off that squirrel.
Oh, yeah, I have that visual in mind now. I haven't even thought about that in a decade
They
or so.
like
Just
they
like a carpet,
ooh
just
just
roll
a
up the
straight
carpet.
carpet and ripped it off of her.
Yeah, that's when she looked all scary like a bear.
Pinhead Larry episode, all that, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You just rip it off.
What video we were watching, but it was yeah. I can get into a SpongeBob tangent anytime. But yeah, that episode was wild.
Speaking real quick of SpongeBob tangent, I was talking yesterday to someone and forget how it came up, but basically at the same time we both said, "Oh no, the department store. We got to we got to go through the department store." Which I think is a really underutilized reference. Everyone says the chocolate guy and a bunch of other stuff, but the department store was a great scene.
Just trying to breathe, running through all that
Ex-
perfume.
Escaping the Dutchman. Yeah.
It's so
Coming
bizarre.
coming out on the other side. Hyperventilating. Never again. All right, sorry. Tangents aside. Trench coat, yeah. Not gonna lie, that came to mind because you said trench coat before we started in our pre-recording conversation, Miles.
Mm,
Nothing more
gotcha.
to it than that.
Didn't I say? Wait, maybe not.
You
Might be
said
losing it.
cat. When I
Not well,
said what are you saying?
like during the pre-recording thing. Maybe not. I mean, that's neither here nor there. Ignore me.
I just know Miles said it first because when I was introducing the concept of the word association game, the word table was chosen and his response was coat, trench coat. No, you said body. And then
I
somehow
said
that
body.
conversation
Yeah,
went
yeah.
to trench coat. I don't remember how.
I don't remember
Regar-
how either.
regardless,
I
that's
think I
long
said
ago.
trench
That's why
coat.
I said trench coat. Nothing more creative. Miles, you said winter
Gotcha.
coat. Any explanation?
I just said winter because, like, summer, you never wear a coat. And the winter comes around, you're like, dang, I need layers. And a coat is an easy layer to where I start warming up when I get in the building, I can take off. So, yeah, a coat. Because I only use a coat in the wintertime.
No, pretty
And then I have
straightforward.
different,
Yeah,
and then I have different
straightforward.
types of, yeah, I got different types of coats. I got my fashionable coat.
Your
I got my coat that,
windbreaker,
my
all that.
windbreaker that looks like I'm about to go skiing, which I use a lot because I don't like the cold.
You ever been
Crazy.
skiing?
I have never been skiing. Let
Platypus?
me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that. I've
Nope.
probably been skiing with my parents. I've never been like skiing as an adult.
No, me neither. I've never gone, period.
Ditto.
Well, with that whole conversation, Platypus's randomness of saying cat in subsequent conversation, he's got my vote again.
Nice.
Gotta get PETA involved. What's
All
going on
right.
here?
Yeah, because that was I was in here like, yep, and there goes the podcast.
Well, it was fun while it lasted. Again, we got a long road to recovery, just like I said at the
Yeah.
start. All right, so I think no, Miles, you picked that one, right? Yeah.
I picked that one.
All right, Platypus, your turn.
I'll do 7.
Whip, WHIP, whip.
Cool whip.
Ah, I said Miracle Whip. We have a debate ahead of us.
Ah. Hmm.
Miles, what's your thought?
Whip. Ah, slavery.
Yes.
I like how you had a long, relaxed sigh.
It's
Pleasantly
like
thinking about it. Slavery.
because first I was like, do I say slavery or do I cover it by saying Django? And I was like, no matter what, slavery.
Here goes the
That was the first.
podcast. Yeah, we're
It
trying.
was, it was the first thing that came.
All right, before we have our debate, please explain.
Well, slavery was a very effective form of building the economy in the United States. And as an African American, I could understand why was it so effective? And how do you get people to do things you don't want them to do? And a very popular man called Willie Lynch, he wrote a book and passed it around to all the slave owners that had money at the time and was like, you know what? How to make a slave do your bidding is you use this whip. And it was a very effective tool. It strikes fear into it. Let me die.
So I've got two thoughts to all that. One,
I was gonna,
we're
I
no
was
longer allowed to be available for Florida residents, and two,
gonna,
and two,
I was,
when you talk about effective form of whatever, the famous image comes to my mind of the black man. Was he on a stool? I forget. He's crouched over and he's got just scars on top of scars on top of layers
Yep.
of scar.
Mhm.
Yeah. What was that name? What was the name of that guy?
I cannot remember the name of that guy off the top of my, but that picture is engraved into my memory.
Yeah, same here.
Hmm.
I'm gonna look that up while you two keep talking. So slavery, yeah, we're gonna get banned from another state. But anyways, platypus. If you want to start the debate, give your position on Cool Whip.
I don't feel super strongly about it. I just thought of that whole bit from Family Guy when Stewie was pissing off Brian. I mean, I do like it. It's,
Pronouncing the
it's
H
wait, what?
when he was pronouncing the H that episode.
Yep. Yep, that one.
Just
I mean,
some Cool
otherwise,
Whip.
yeah, I mean, I like it sometimes. I've never tried Miracle Whip. I want to at least see what it tastes like, but since I despise mayonnaise, I feel like it's not gonna go well. But yeah.
Do you despise mayonnaise as it is, or any mayonnaise tangent product? Because there's a lot of burgers that or sauces made with mayonnaise.
Yeah, it's like a necessary evil for sauces, so I can accept that. Or if it like you have to use it for like chicken salad or seafood salad, but just straight mayo I can't do. I don't put it on anything.
Same.
I use
I,
straight mayo.
I think it should be a crime.
A five-star crime.
Yeah,
Hmm.
just like those cat fur coats.
Yes, that is a
Exactly.
crime. What is? Never mind. I'm not gonna
So
ask that question.
I just interrupt. I did find the source. It's the photo is called Whipped Peter. The slaved man's name was Peter, and that's all they know about his name.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's I don't know what he did to deserve that, but I definitely say he ain't deserved that.
No. All right. So what did I say? What was the word whip? Yeah, Miracle Whip. There we go. I use
That's the
Miracle Whip.
debate.
I've used it for a lot of cooking. I've used it at some restaurants I worked at. I used it for my own appetizers and dishes I make. And frankly, uh, sometimes for lunch, if I'm not making a PB&J sandwich or if I'm not making just some sort of like ham and cheese with mustard sandwich, I'll just do Miracle Whip and cheese and just leave it at that. So I
Gotcha.
like
Gotcha.
it. I like. I'll debate anyone. I'm not passionate about winning or losing, but it's not going to change my opinion. I still use it.
Do you like it
Yeah,
more
no,
or
I
less
respect that.
than do you like it better or worse than regular mayo?
What? So the difference is how it's prepared, correct?
I'm
Not so
not
much
sure.
because whipped is Miracle Whip is whipped as opposed to mayo. I think is I forget how it's produced. I think more stirred. I don't know how the manufacturing element works, but I know they're produced different ways. Usually, I think I prefer Miracle Whip just because if it's done right, it's got a bit more tang to it that I like. It's got a bit more of that kick that I look for from it. A good creamy mayo, though, I don't rule a good creamy mayo on some sort of hors d'oeuvre or other mixture doesn't deter me. Just if I'm picking one, I usually pick Miracle Whip.
Interesting. Just
Miracle Whip
curious.
over Cool Whip.
Now, Cool Whip,
I,
that's the thing you put on top of pie, right? I'm not getting
Yeah.
that wrong.
Yeah, it's like dessert.
Yeah.
I'll take Miracle Whip over Cool Whip because I don't like whipped cream. I don't like I don't like whipped cream. Period. So whipped cream, Cool Whip, neither of those are gonna ever be in my house. I don't know. Like I just like here's the other thing. Like people that can just put Cool Whip or whipped cream in their mouth. I'm sorry, you disgust me.
I'm sorry to disgust you.
It, it's just I just like it. It bothers the fuck out of me. I don't I've never done it myself. I'm just like, what is the point?
You've
Like,
never
is it
had
just
just like a little bit of only whipped cream? It's similar to that. I
I've
wouldn't. I couldn't
like
do like a spoonful of Cool Whip.
I'm
That would be
I'm someone who's like when I see Cool Whip or on my thing, immediately scoop it off.
okay.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
ma'am, waitress, please take this back. I ordered a pie, not Cool Whip on pie.
Yeah, like this is like I will put this to the side. If anybody else likes just eating Cool Whip, you can have whatever whipped cream Cool Whip is on my plate. Cause then I ain't eating this. But somebody now let me go to the mayo section. Anybody that can eat just straight mayo
Mm.
or what's the substitute for mayo?
Miracle Whip.
Is it Miracle Whip? I think they need to go to jail.
You really don't like me because I've done both. I've just
Oh
had
my god.
I just had a straight spoon of Miracle Whip and a straight spoon of mayo plenty of times.
Orik, what are you
Serious?
doing? What are
Alright, I
you
guess that's
doing?
jail.
You know,
That
like those commercials. Some people really like butter, and it's that guy with the stick of margarine that he's just
that's crazy. That's
he's just
That
taking.
crazy.
bothers me too.
I don't do that with mayo. I don't like put it into a stick of margarine size component and start biting it that way. I don't
Oh.
make mayo popsicles or anything of that nature.
Ugh.
I'm not afraid. If I'm making a sandwich, like I said earlier, and I've got extra, I'll lick it off. I'll eat the rest of it. I'm not going to just wash it down or try and drop it back in. I'll just eat it.
It's too eggy for me. Like I can't even eat runny eggs. There's something
Really?
about it.
Okay, all right. Now, runny eggs, I'm not gonna front. As long as the what's it called?
The yolk?
The as long as the white part
Oh,
is not hard, the yolk can be runny for me. That's just extra cholesterol. I've done that on multiple steaks. It's taken me a while to like it, but it has been something to where I'm
I
like, I could do it.
yeah, I used to not like runny eggs as much, but I've grown indifferent to it.
Yeah.
I don't order runny eggs, but there's a a dish I make for breakfast called, at least in this area, it's called pig in a basket, or no, egg in a basket. It's just you take a piece of bread, you butter it up, you put it on the frying pan, and before you put it in, you just kind of cut a hole in the middle of it, and while it's cooking, you just put the egg in there, and the egg fuses in with the bread. So you take it out and just you can take it off quickly and have a runny egg, or you can take it off later and have a hard egg. But I make it both ways because I like it both ways. So because of that, I've grown to like runny eggs.
Nah, I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat. Yeah, running egg is just. But also, I can say this because I'm not one of the people like that can just put mayo in their mouth. I have never had a raw egg.
Me
No,
neither.
I'm not dumb.
And here's the other thing: when you're in Europe, they don't refrigerate the eggs, which is something that still baffles me.
You
Yeah,
don't have to, but I think
no,
it just doesn't last as long.
yeah, it's more preservation.
It's fast. That is fascinating to me. To where I'm just like, you don't put your eggs in the refrigerator. Have y'all tried? Not dying? Okay, well, maybe not.
So to think all
Mhm.
this started with the word whip. I like it.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. We stepped away from the first thing that I said.
so I'm gonna start some. What did you guys think was your favorite?
I'm not sure actually.
Slavery.
I was about to say slavery was my favorite too. Gotta love slavery.
I don't know how to feel about this.
Well, do you want to
So
be introduced to a
Miles, you
whip?
won. You won with slavery. There's
Yeah.
so many jokes available. Majority rule, you win.
Let's go.
Slavery for the
Oh,
win.
I was like the only person that objected was I was, well, I was like, hey, you want to be introduced to one? I think I won.
All right, so who picked that one?
Who? Who picked that one? I think. Did you
Maybe it
pick
was
that
me.
I think it was me.
one?
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know.
Nichols Orik.
All right, Miles,
Okay.
your turn.
All right, all right, all right. Let's go straight down the middle. 5.
Exaggerate.
Oh, I think Amber Heard.
I thought you were literally just gonna leave it with oh.
No, first thing I thought was Amber Heard.
For exaggerate.
Exaggerate. Mm-hmm. Mine is
I'm
Oh
Amber
god.
Heard.
I'm not gonna lie. My response was literally a visual. It's just again kind of like cartoon style. You just have someone with the giant text bubble, the white text bubble with just 2 exclamation points inside. I just had a visual. No way.
Hmm.
Platypus, what was your first reaction to exaggerate?
Ostentatious. 'Cause that's a cool word, and it parallels that a bit.
Did you just what big word did you just use?
Ostentatious.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to the dictionary.
He's trying to be fancy now. I see.
I
Go ahead and
know, yeah.
explain while we're looking it up.
Mhm. Yeah,
Something's ostentatious. It's very apparent, obvious, or like out there. Like
that's
the
one of them college
Batmobile
words.
has been described as ostentatious, for example.
That word you learned in college. Hmm.
According to Oxford, characterized by vulgar or pretentious display, vulgar meaning, like he said, abhorrent, you see it very apparently. Designed to impress or attract notice.
Yeah, people be exaggerating.
All right.
Okay, okay. Fancy.
I already gave my answer. I just thought of a thought bubble. So, Miles, your turn.
Mine's simply Amber Heard. Anybody that says that anybody with the voice of Johnny Depp could beat anybody's ass, I think is an exaggeration. And the jury thought the same. So that's Amber. I just think Amber Heard is the when you hear exaggeration, I just put Amber Heard's face because she exaggerated. I watched every day of that trial, and I was like, "You took a human shit on this man's bed, and you
For
didn't
funsies,
get even a scream at, a yell at. He laughed at it." And then you say this man was violent. That would have been the moment most people would have been violent, and
Right.
he laughed at it. Exaggeration, man. There's people out here that really need the law to be on their side. You ain't one of them. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You took a shit on somebody's bed. That means you ain't give a damn about this person. You couldn't be.
Right.
You gave two fucks
Even
about it.
even people's pets don't do shit that
They don't even do
disrespectful.
that. Exactly. You did that and you went to kindergarten. You learned that. You learned that skill in kindergarten.
I think that weird face she was making when she was talking about like stepping on a bee or something.
Yeah, it's like, ma'am, I need you to. I love your work and whatever it was because I can't remember it, but I love your
Aquaman,
work. I'm pretty
right?
sure they cut her in Aquaman. I don't even remember her in the movie, but I don't remember any DC movie like that. So that's my fault. I just DC is just DC ain't Marvel. I I would pick up watching cricket before watching DC movies. But
what?
no,
Watching cricket?
watching cricket. Mm-hmm.
I,
Because
I don't get
when
that
I was over,
reference.
no, the game cricket.
Yeah, the sport,
Oh, the sport cricket.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would rather watch cricket than watch a DC movie now.
like English baseball or something.
No,
Yeah,
I know how cricket is. I've tried it once or twice.
yeah. I'm not gonna front. I'm getting into cricket. I'm not getting into any DC movie anymore.
There.
I think was it Squid Games or Suicide Squad. That was the last one. I was like, you know what? They got something here, but it's just not hit.
Wait, the
But yeah,
old
Amber
Suicide
Heard,
Squad
I
or the
think it's
new
an
one?
exaggeration. It's okay though. You know what? She might have like just she might be known for exaggerating. You know, she is an actress. She is an actress. So, you know. But yeah, that's my explanation of my first thought of exaggeration.
Exaggerate. All right. Votes. What does everyone vote?
Say something?
You got buzzing going on in the background, Miles. What are you voting?
Say that one more time.
What are you voting? Whose was
What
your
am I
favorite?
voting?
Yeah,
I
whose
can't
was your
vote for
favorite?
myself, obviously.
You can. I've done that.
Oh, I'm voting for myself.
You voted for yourself with slavery last round.
I definitely did. I totally forgot. But yeah.
I also vote for Miles.
Let's go. Oh.
Platypus, do you agree, disagree? It doesn't matter, but what's your thought?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I was gonna selfishly vote for myself.
I respect that.
All right. Platypus, your turn to pick a word. Can make this probably your last one.
Okay.
I'll
Well,
go
not pick a
number
word, pick a number, 1 through 10.
5.
Okay.
Spine. Spine. Spine.
Mortal Kombat.
Okay. Okay.
I know what your visual is.
I know exactly what his visual is too.
Yeah.
I know exactly, and that's a good one. It's cool.
Miles?
It's gonna be broken with parentheses, Mike Tyson.
My first thought, and I forget what the name of the product is. It's the you know those commercials that Shaq used to help advertise, where it's the blue background with the guy with the transparent back, and it's burning up, and he's got his hand on his back, and it's the hot cold patch, whatever that
Icy
product was
Hot.
called. Icy Hot. Yes, I was thinking of the Icy
Okay.
Hot commercials.
Okay. Okay. I like it. I like that one. I like that one. Who's gonna elaborate first?
I'll keep going. So yeah,
Okay.
it was a commercial from what was it, like 2008 at earliest, and probably earlier than that. I think it was around, it was around the early 2010s. I know that much, but no, the Icy Hot product. Because anytime I think of the word spine, I always go because they have such a detailed spine on that ad. It's just like here it is. This is the point. This is the red spot where the pain is. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
it looks
I'm
like it hurts.
yeah, exactly. It's like, gosh, no wonder it hurts. You see how big that red mark is?
That makes sense. It looked like you just got slapped.
Yeah, by Amber Heard, right?
Mm.
Brutal.
But no, legit think of the icy hot visual, that uh transparent body image that they use every time I
Mhm.
hear the word spine. And then I go to the Mortal Kombat one. So Platypus, keep going.
Yeah, so there's this wonderful game called Mortal Kombat that's been, I think they've been making it maybe since before we were born, or at least around when we were born, but they beat each other literally to pieces. And one of the awesome things about the newer games is that like X-rays, where when you're like going in on your opponent, you can just like zoom in and like just see vertebrae and rib shards flying everywhere. So
Mhm.
there's lots of spine destruction in that.
1992. Came out in 1992.
Okay, so a little bit older than we are. But yeah, it's and I also not super long ago I saw a clip of Ed and Eddie where everybody was fighting, and then Kevin jumped on Rolf's back and like basically kicked it in. It was all like crispy, but then someone threw in that clip of Mortal Kombat of like the spine just blowing apart. It was pretty funny.
Mortal Kombat.
Mhm.
Yo.
They don't have spines on Edit and Eddie. Let's just get that one straight.
Shoot, I don't think they have spines in any Cartoon Network show back then.
Well, definitely not. But,
From what was it, Chowder? From Courage the Cowardly Dog.
well, he had one. You saw his bones come out all the time.
You shoot,
Remember, he gets scared and his back rips open and the skeleton steps out, screams, and walks back in.
just like no muscle fibers whatsoever in any of those cartoons. Just limp bones, and bones somehow have stronger backs. Especially what was it? What's the show called?
SpongeBob.
The three girls. The three girls with superhero powers. What is it
Oh,
called?
Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff Girls.
Oh yeah,
Girls. Mojo Jojo got his back broken plenty of times by them Powerpuff Girls.
sure did. Like see his brain hanging out and everything.
What?
You know who had a spine? You know who had a spine in early cartoons? Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo definitely had it. He had
Physically
his spine is still
and
legendary.
personality wise, he had a
Oh
spine.
my god, that man would walk up to the finest girl, and be like, "Hey, baby, hey,
Can I mark you in for Tuesday?
Hey, pretty
that
mama.
man,
Calendars.
he is the definition of shoot your shot. He shot his shot.
Like I didn't like that show when I was small, but I think it's like way funnier the older I get.
Yes, it wasn't for us. It was not for us. It was for them teenagers that were going through, about to go ask that girl to prom. That's what it was for.
I don't think I've ever heard you say when I was small, referencing yourself as a kid. Usually I feel like you say it in our youths or when I was younger. So it's just, I like that phrase because I've used it myself many times. When I was smaller, years ago. Miles, what was your response again?
Mine was back with parentheses. Mike Tyson. My back is broken. Final. That is the first thing I remember. And plus, I don't know when this is coming out, but in the near future of when we're recording this, Mike Tyson is fighting Jake Paul.
Yes, sir.
And it's going to be shown on Netflix. Mike Tyson got to be in his 50s, 60s. This man,
like 58.
yeah. And Jake Paul got to be what? Maybe 30? You said how much?
I think he's like 27.
27, not even 30 yet. And this man is saying, "I'm going to fight Mike Tyson." The
Jake Paul is
legendary
27. Yep. Mike Tyson is 57. 30-year difference.
30-year difference, and this man about to fight the legend that he probably watched as a adult because he wasn't alive when he really could watch Mike Tyson fight in his prime. That's where it's like, oh my god, that when you said spine, I was like Mike Tyson. My back is broken. Oh, what part of your back? Spinal. This man just literally took some of the hardest hits in the whole entire world, and you gonna ask him questions, and he gonna say his back is broken. That man is still a legend. And I watch his podcast all the time. I think it was called Hot Box, and this man is just in here chewing shrooms and doing drugs and just literally saying, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna live my best life. I'm gonna fight my demons." And y'all ain't got nothing to say. And even like I was talking about Mike Tyson the other day at work, and one of my coworkers brought up a very, very, very good fact that Joe Rogan had Mike Tyson on his podcast, and he looked across the table and saw Mike Tyson, and he was just interviewing, having a normal conversation with him. And at that point, he realized he needs a longer table away from his people that he talks to on his podcast, because he could feel the intensity of this man.
Interesting.
That's Mike Tyson. And when Spine came, I was like, Spinal Mike Tyson. My back is broken.
Hmm.
and I rest my case.
So I pick platypus
You son of a god. Dog.
because I love the 4-second famous Mortal Kombat scream.
Oh my gosh, I literally
Iconic.
sold. I sold for that. It's okay. I respect it. I
No,
respect
you
you.
you had a great. If it weren't for the fact that he just picked something that gives me nostalgia, you would have won.
I respect it. I respect it.
But who do you vote? I mean, if you two both vote for you, you win.
Uh, I have to vote for platypus as well. I will
Me
take
too.
my L with grace.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and do my last word. Platypus did his. My last word. I'm gonna pick. Let me regenerate the list. I'm gonna pick number 6. Actually, no. I think we've never done number 8. All right. Let me redo the list again. Abnormal. I think myself. Next.
Normal.
Abnormal. A B
Platypus,
N
you
O
got
R
you
M
got
A
that one.
L. Huh?
You got it. Well, I said good with platypus abnormal.
Platypus. What's your first reaction? Don't think about it. What's your first reaction?
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Miles. Don't think about it. Abnormal.
Abnormal. People.
Okay.
I was trying to find something to explain it, but I guess just yeah,
You know,
people.
you come up with the explanation after your reaction. People. What about it? Like me.
Abnormal people. There's some abnormal people in this world, like Amber Heard, because she is someone that can drop a bomb on somebody's bed that they love.
Do you
And
think
I just
do you
kind of
think she
looked
had to
at
go
it and
up there
said,
and say that's not the right spot? Let me shift 2 feet to the left.
like that is so abnormal to me. But there's other things that are abnormal. Shoot,
People that
Antonio
eat
Brown
bites of
for the
mayo. People that eat bites of mayo whole. Are you?
Oh,
absolutely
really?
abnormal. To me, it's just abnormal. I don't have a problem with it. It's just something that, I can't process in my head that the like there is a football player in for the Tennessee and this is something that's abnormal. It's gonna go jump back to mayo. He puts a spoonful of mayo in every one of his coffees.
Ugh.
To me, who the fuck does that? See, who does that?
Ugh.
But
It goes down.
that's
It goes down easy.
it's
Ugh.
oh, it's one of those things where my brain just can't process it. And nothing against the person, nothing against the people that decide to do that. Abnormal. But here's the other thing. There's a lot of abnormal people. I'm watching on Law and Crime right now. Murderers. People that decided to take their loved ones out. That's abnormal to me. It shouldn't be normalized. But some people be like, you know what? But maybe they took someone's life for a reason. Yes, I hear you. It's still abnormal because normal people don't take out other people's lives
Mm-hmm.
unless it's extreme circumstances. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's why I said abnormal people. I wow, I
Well,
surprised myself with that one.
I said myself because the more someone knows me, the more they realize I'm very abnormal. Um, don't have to go into too much detail. We talked about a few of that earlier today and on other episodes, but
Hmm.
yeah, I'm not normal and I don't live a normal life. Um, but to beat all that, the most abnormal life is definitely Matt. Anyways, platypus, explain yourself.
um, I don't know. Courage the Cowardly Dog was a weird show. I liked it a lot, but what was interesting is that as a kid, that didn't really like the show didn't really bother me. I just thought it was funny and entertaining, but a lot of people growing up said that that shit scared the shit out of them. If I look back at some of them now, like some of the episodes, I don't think it's scary, but there are points where I was like, Jesus, like this was like
Heavy.
I liked this a lot. I mean, it's not like terrifying, but it's not like I wouldn't just see these creepy floating photorealistic heads and stuff. Kids show, but I'm kind of glad they did.
I liked it a lot. There's only one episode that ever really messed with me, and not nightmares or anything, but it was the most frightening episode, and I still remember what it's the mummy one. Return the slab. However they designed that mummy, something about it bothered me the most. But I was actually just watching Courage the Cowardly Dog 2 weeks ago. It was on it was on TV. I was like, sweet, I've got an hour. I've got my next hour planned, catching up on some old cartoons, and I
Nice.
liked it. Even as an adult, I like it.
Okay.
Miles, did you watch Courage?
I was not allowed to watch Courage as a kid. I watched it as like a older teen, but I can still say that I never watched enough to where I can remember episodes. I was able to watch like Kung Fu Jack, so and that was like the latest show that I could watch, and then most of the time I watched that as an adult too.
Hmm. All right.
My
Well,
family was very strict.
oh, that's fine. That's fine. Abnormal, but fine.
Exactly, abnormal out here.
So
Christian parents.
I'm going to be biased. My favorite answer was definitely about myself.
Okay, okay, okay.
What was your favorite answer?
My favorite answer was myself.
Platypus.
Me too. By that I mean like myself.
Good. So it means
Okay.
by executive decision, I win again.
You suck.
3-way tie. All right.
I
Sorry. Just
respect that. I respect that.
all right. Miles, I didn't tell you last time it was your last word. So just to be fair, I'm going to tell you that this time it's your last word. Pick a number 1 through
Okay.
10, and this will be the one to
Okay.
wrap us up
Let's
with.
do number one.
Respectable. It's the word
Respectable.
respectable. Respectable.
Respectable.
So while you're thinking, even though you're supposed to just react, my first reaction is actually the voice actor of Courage the Cowardly Dog. Platypus,
Mm.
what's your reaction?
In a weird way, I'm still kind of stuck on number one. So I'm thinking of number one from Kids Next Door. I keep thinking about old cartoons for some reason, but
Well, we've been jogging the memory. Miles, reaction. Respectable.
Respectable. Oh, I'm stuck on it, but I'm gonna say respectable people.
People again. I like it.
Yeah, I'm stuck. I was trying to get off of it. I couldn't. Respectable people.
Well, speaking of that, I'll start first. I actually got to meet the voice actor of Courage the Cowardly Dog at a convention. Got his signature picture and all that stuff. And it was great. The fans were very respectful for him. He was very respectable. In fact, he actually had a panel, and at the panel, someone asked him, how he saw his future going before and after he auditioned for Courage. And he explained, this was 2 decades ago. He never realized that he would have people that just loved his character, loved him, and that 2 decades later, people would pay for him to come out, speak, sign autographs, and just meet him. And he took it as such an honor. He's like, this, even if this is my biggest role, I just take it as an honor that people actually enjoyed it, enjoyed what we produced. And he was just very humble and respectful. This was, to him, every fan that approached him was the next best thing because he just appreciated it all. So he was a very respectful person, took his time talking to you, introducing conversation, pictures. Doesn't matter how long the line is. He was very personable with everyone. So I'm going to find a name and because forgive me, I'm not good at voice actor names. So I'll look it up real quick. But
Gotcha.
no, definitely a shout out to him. He was excellent to meet. I'd recommend even if you haven't seen the show, just go meet him. Voice actor, Courage.
Oh yeah, I know his face. I don't know his name.
Uh, Marty Grabstein. Grabstein, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. So if he ever ends up listening to this, very much enjoyed meeting him. Great person. Very respectable. Platypus,
And you
explain.
and you
Go ahead, Miles.
before Platypus starts, but or did you went when was it?
2023, I went to the convention in Richmond, GalaxyCon, and he was there as a guest doing signatures as a voice actor and had a panel discussion and everything.
And how long was his before Platypus started? How long was his line to where you could actually get to see him?
So I didn't go during busy times.
Okay.
But when I was there, when I got in line, it was already 7, 8, 10 people deep. And by the time I left the line, it was also another 15, 20 people behind me.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool.
Yeah, nothing like William Shatner along lines of,
Yeah,
300
yeah.
people. But the point is, it's still a steady flow of traffic, and he still takes the time to interact with all of them.
Which is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't see William Shatner. He was there. I didn't go visit his line, but so I can't speak to the experience, but I do know if everyone's happy they got to meet him. I don't know how long they were there, but it might have just been assembly line, like, all right, picture, see ya, bye. But no, at least Marty was great to talk to.
That's good. No, that 100%. I appreciate you being able to say that because that might be something to where like some people were like, oh, I didn't even know you can go and meet people like that.
Platypus, your turn.
So I was more stuck on the number, I guess, than the word respectable. But I mean, I think K&D was a respectable show. That was like during an era of really good Cartoon Network content. That
A,
was,
sh- a
I
show
remember.
about slavery. I like it.
Did we watch the same Kids Next Door?
Isn't that what it was? The adults enslave the kids to make them make tapioca and other stuff all the time?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe. I just remember there was like an implied rivalry between kids and everyone else because they also had beef with teenagers. It's like once you turn 13, you get kicked out of that. And
You got
it's
kicked
like the whole
the
thing.
hell out the group. Like you are a freaking teenager. Don't you ever talk to us like we're normal people. But no, you are
Men in
not.
Black style, get you to lose your memory, all that.
Yeah, you get
Absolutely.
decommissioned.
Like they brought you all the way to the moon and decommissioned. They
Like,
were
we're
like,
messing
listen,
around.
Now get out.
yeah, they were not playing. They were not playing. Codename Kisses. I watched that religiously. I watched every episode in order. That was the show.
I
And
haven't
for it
seen
to
the
be
conclusion, but I know most of the series. Yeah, I watched it religiously
oh
too.
the conclusion of Codename Kids Next Door was amazing.
I
It
think
was
of
amazing.
see
Because you
what
gotta
did
think about I from what I remember the conclusion was it was and I'm not trying to
Spoiler
spoil
alert! Spoiler.
anything
Okay.
like spoiler. I'm pretty sure the last episode was like a multi-part episode, and I might be wrong, but where the number one found out that his dad was the OG
Number
number
0.
0.
Oh yeah, yo.
Yeah. And his mom was the OG number something like I think it was like 00 or something crazy. And both his parents were high ranking members of the order. And his I guess his uncle was the main nemesis this whole time.
Interesting.
And he
Father.
became he so father was
Yeah, father.
actually what's his name? Virgil Hawking's uncle.
Yeah, because I remember the moment where number one's dad walks up like, "You always do this."
Exactly. So they were brothers, which was crazy, which started the whole battle between the two, which yeah. And then eventually they did a whole time skip to where number one had to get kicked out. And he was like, listen, I want to be just like my dad. And my dad was like, hey, I'm not going to be an agent anymore. I'm not going to be in the group anymore. But if y'all ever need me, I'm here.
So I don't want to spoil anything for you, Miles, but that's nowhere near the end of the series.
Really? Okay. That was the
We'll talk.
last
We'll
that was the
talk about.
last
Well,
big moment I
that was a
remember.
big moment, big episode, but that's not how the series actually concludes.
Huh.
God.
So we'll talk about it a bit offline, but let's go
Okay.
ahead and get you to explain your answer.
Respectable
Yeah, people,
people.
respectful people.
Respectable people. There's a lot of respectable people in society. And there are a lot of respectable people that society wants you to look at as respectable people, like police, like nurses, like lawyers, like dentists. And sometimes those respectable people fuck up. And when I thought about it, I was like, you know what? Respectable people. Those are those people to where it's like firefighters. Those firefighters, I've rarely seen firefighters do something, I guess, out of the norm. But I've definitely seen lawyers. Most recently named Fannie Willis. I know if you're following a whole bunch of Trump cases, she the main news source right now because she was out here moving around dirty. I'm going to throw out a few things that happened, but apparently Fannie Willis hired her boyfriend to try the whole Trump case, but that was a whole nother. If you look up Fannie Willis, you'll find out. You'll find out the details. But respectable people are usually those types of people, and it becomes very newsworthy when they do something I guess off the cuff. And that's why I said respectable people. I was like, respectable people are people that we find respectable, and when they do something outside of that line of duty, it becomes noticeable
Yeah, because it's
on a
jarring.
very
It's
it's
unexpected.
jarring,
Yeah.
exactly.
All right. Well, good conversation, you two. Do you two have a vote for that final round?
I vote for
Mhm.
myself.
Platypus?
Ooh, Platypus, you said that for me? I appreciate it.
Well,
I also
yes,
vote for
I'm
myself.
I'm
I
torn between mine and Orik's.
Oh, you son of.
well, I could vote for myself, but I'm going to be respectable and not actually vote for anyone here because we all had great answers. We're all good people.
That's
How dare
respectable.
you? That's no. Yeah,
Again,
dog it.
see, like I said at the start, we are on the road to recovery with this podcast and
Oh
ourselves,
my
and we're going to
god.
end being respectable. So that's been another episode of the Word Association game. This has been Orik, Miles, Platypus. Say goodbye, gents.
Peace.
Later.
Adios.
Next time, I promise y'all, I will win.
I didn't keep track of score. Someone in the comments let us know who won. I wasn't keeping track. I was just having fun with it. But yep. Let us know what you thought in the comments, what your reactions were to these words. Follow us on our socials. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you.
Peace.